Hello, good afternoon guys, and today I'm here in the wonderful city of Guiyang, my old city, in my old school where I used to teach English 1.5 years ago. Today I'm here with this gentleman. He's about to introduce himself and then tell you all about life in China. So first of all, who are you, sir? Where are you from? And where are you teaching it?
My name's Ollie. I'm 22 years old. I am from Watford originally, and I am teaching here in lovely Guiyang at TT Education and Ben's old school, basically.
He's my protege, bless him. Oh my goodness, haven't I taught him well? So, first question, Ollie, why did you come here?
Because it was going to be an amazing adventure. I knew it would be an amazing adventure, and it hasn't disappointed. I wanted to teach. I mean, teaching is something that I've always been fascinated by. So when I graduated last year, I thought, yeah, let's go to teach and better. Let's go to teach and travel at the same time. I mean, you get to work, add to your CV, get an enormous amount of life experience, and travel the world. I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat it, can you?
I personally don't think so, no.
No,
I don't think you can.
No.
So, regarding your job, let's first talk about the school, the facilities.
Oh yeah.
What's the school like? What are the classes like?
Well, I like the schools I work for. I really do. The staff, they're so helpful, they're great, the English is excellent, and they're very experienced teachers, so not just if you need help with living in China, you can ask them anything about being a teacher, and they'll give a very good answer. They're usually so helpful. And yeah, I teach some excellent classes. I mean, you hear about how demanding schools are already in China, how demanding their school schedule is, and to always come into class and bring such enthusiasm, such energy, such they just want to speak so much English to you, and they want to they want to speak English to you because you're a native English speaker. You're not anyone else, any other teacher to them, which makes you feel quite special actually. And I love my classes actually. They just always bring in such energy into the class. It actually does half my job for me, if I'm honest. So I don't need to motivate them.
Well, that's nice. That's a bonus, isn't it? All right then. So, what about outside of your classes, outside of life in Guiyang, like teaching? What do you get up to in your free time? What's the nightlife like?
Oh well, Guiyang, I think it's called in China Little Hong Kong, right? And I can kind of see why, because the place is kind of crazy. I mean, when I wake up at 7 in the morning to go teach on a Saturday morning, there's quite a big group, loads of big groups still only just heading back from the bars and the clubs. Then it's pretty 24-hour, as you know. It's actually a bit mental at times. They do really party hard in Guiyang. I mean, what I get up to. I mean, there's so many opportunities for everything in Guiyang. I mean, if you're into fitness, there's a lot of gyms, there's a lot of places you can go running. And if you're into travel, I mean, it's so conveniently situated in China. You can go anywhere, actually, I think, from Guiyang. You can, you can go straight to Guangzhou.
I heard there's a new high-speed rail link, isn't there? From
Yes.
Guiyang to Guangzhou.
Yes.
Is it 4 hours, something like that?
I think it's something like about 4 hours. I mean, in China, that's a pretty short journey actually. China's absolutely massive. It's so easy to go anywhere in Guiyang, and there's just so much to offer in this part of China. And there's so much to offer in the neighbouring countries. I mean, I got to Vietnam from here. It was 2 flights. Each flight was only about an hour and a half. I got to Vietnam in 3 hours basically from here. And Vietnam, that's an excellent country. I haven't been to Thailand, Laos, Cambodia yet, but I heard very good things about it. So Guiyang is just. I think it's actually a city that whatever your tastes are, it will most likely you know, satisfy that. And speaking of tastes, the food here is it's pretty special actually. The food is so good.
I can vouch for that. You know, I've just been traveling all around China. I've said this 1 or 2 times now. The best meals I've had in all my time in China is Guiyang, and it just makes you appreciate it all the more when you leave and you come back. It's really, really good. And also the nightlife, man. I mean, I know you and me, we went out drinking, things got a little bit crazy the other night. We went out to hop, a few beers.
Crazy.
I most certainly did. It was good to be back in Guiyang. And, oh my goodness, a casual bean hot pot turned into a few drinks in a bar, turned into gate crashing this penthouse. We got back at like 3 in the morning. Ollie, bless him, had classes the next day. Oh, it was absolutely insane. So I guess a good question to ask for Guiyang, rather than the big cities that I've just been to, is who on earth, looking at this video, has even heard of Guiyang? It's not a famous city.
I hadn't actually heard of it until you told me about it.
Exactly. So do you think you're missing out on anything by going to a smaller city in China? What do you think its advantages and disadvantages are?
I don't actually think if you want to go to an enormous city like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, do by all means. I mean, you know, China's the future. You know, you need to go to those cities for proof, basically. Yeah. But I think you might actually miss out on the real China, proper China. I think Guiyang is here. I mean, not many people back home know about it. It's if I'm honest, a little bit of an undiscovered part of Guiyang. There's only about, I would say, 1,000 expats here.
Yes. I bet. When I left 2 years ago, it was 500, so 1,000, yeah.
So in that case, it actually makes it all the more special, because Shanghai is such a multinational city. You'll get, of course, a lot of experience living in Shanghai, but if you come to somewhere where you're actually, you know, where you're actually called a foreigner, there you go. That makes it something else, doesn't it? That's just such a, I've been there, done that, not many.
Like the authentic experience.
Yeah, that is the authentic experience, absolutely. I mean, it's actually a city that's coming up now. There's districts that just shoot up in Guiyang. It's insane how rapidly the city's growing. So to potentially say I was in one of the most rapidly evolving cities in the most rapidly developing country in the world, that's already, and I've only been here 5 months, it's already something like where it's like a badge, it's like, it's an honor almost. Yeah, it's awesome.
And what about your Chinese? How's that going? Is it a good place to learn Chinese?
Well, yeah, I mean, because there's not that many English speakers in Guiyang. I mean, that will daunt a lot of people, but it's daunting anyone, to come in here in a good way, you know what I mean, because it's such a challenge. But I mean, my Chinese, I mean, I can't honestly comment on how good my Chinese is. It's something I like doing a lot. It's one of my favourite pastimes, learning Chinese. It's just such a completely different language to English, what we're used to. So I think that makes it just such an interesting challenge. And we were talking earlier about the local dialect, Guiyang. That's if Chinese is a very different language and Guiyang is a very different part of Chinese, and it just adds to the challenge of living here. I mean, if you want a challenge, if you want to evolve as a person, I think I've actually changed completely as a person in 5 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, that is. It is. The very nervous, very scared guy that came off the plane about, you know, back in October, I think I'm a very different person now. It's weird, it's so strange how it works. But
it is, yeah. That is incredible to see how quickly you change, and also how normal that is, that when new teachers come, if you stick here and learn, you just develop so quickly, because you have to, you know, fight or flight, you're here with a completely different culture, submerged in a different environment, it's just really good for you. So I guess that leads on quite nicely to the question of, come on, give us all the bad points, give us the disadvantages, what have the challenges been with Guiyang?
Well, I think with Guiyang, if it's your thing, if you like it, it's really your thing, but I'm not going to lie, I think Guiyang does put off a few people. As I said earlier, there's not many people who speak English, so you've really got to make an effort to know at least some Chinese words, some Chinese phrases that will make your life so much easy, will make your life bearable, actually. The fact that I think, as I said before, this is actually quite an undiscovered part of China to the outside world. So you get treated differently for being a foreigner, for being white, or just basically not Chinese. When I first came here, I did initially find it really daunting, the fact that you get people sort of at you when you walk past, and then you get shouts of "Why go in, foreigner," or "Lao Wai." And Lao Wai is the not very nice one, because Wai in the end, outside, you're basically talking outsider.
Yeah, an old outsider. But at least it implies a little respect because it says old outsider.
Yeah. And that's something about China that we respect anyone older. Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. From travelling around Chinese, I've always been called a foreigner, a white foreigner in all the big cities, but immediately comes to China and it's all Guiyang, it's all slang, it's all Lao Wai. It's just another part of the world.
I mean, that will put a lot of people off. I mean, I actually thought when I first came here, first 2 weeks, I'm like, how am I going to put up over a year of this? People treating me like some kind of zoo attraction, one of the monkeys at Chengdu Park. But you know, as I said, I mean, you kind of look over that because this place is just so fascinating. It's endlessly fascinating. There's just every day there's something new to discover, and there's a new challenge to jump over. It's just, I mean, admittedly, you will sometimes yo-yo in confidence when living here, whether it's being a teacher or learning Chinese, but at the end of the day, this place is just so unique. You learn to look past that.
So, to summarise, you know the advantages and the disadvantages. Was it worth coming?
What did you think? Of course it was, yeah. I mean, it was, this is something I'll look back on, I know already. I've only been here 5 months. I know it's something I'll look back on already, and I know it'll just be an incredible experience that shaped me as a person, really. I mean, I'm only 22 and I'm just already so looking forward to how I can apply what I've learned here as a teacher, as a Chinese speaker, if my Chinese improves, which I certainly hope it does, and as a person, it's actually priceless, the experience you get from living here as a person.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so, come on, let's finish off with the last typical question. Why did you choose us?
Why did I go with Human Recruitment? Well, because the fact that Ben, you've been here, done that, you worked for this exact school, and so I knew I was in safe hands. Basically, I knew someone that had been there, done that, knew the ropes. I'll stop talking cliches soon. So you just know when you go with you use your company that you'll get what you get what you want. Actually, you get all the support you could possibly imagine. I mean, let's face it, moving to the other side of the world is a very daunting task, but I felt it was a lot less daunting when basically I could just email you whenever up in Nottingham, me in Watford, and just get a straight answer on everything about what's the best way to learn Chinese, where's best to go in China. It gets my endorsement.
I'm very pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure. It really is my pleasure. Yeah.
And I'd just like to give a special thanks and shout out to Ollie, because like we just said, he went to the same school as me, walked the same roads where I walked, and I must say, he's been extremely modest with his Chinese. I've only known him for a few days, but I already know his Chinese has come on leaps and bounds. He's incredibly confident. He's also had incredible feedback from the school headmasters here. They say he's incredibly humble, incredibly down to earth. So yeah, it's really good to see that it seems a win-win situation. So yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing me here.